Not every death in Squid Game was a tragedy. Some players deserved it. We're ranking every player who deserved it, based on their cruelty, the damage they caused, and how stupidly they played. And some, you'll be shocked they're here, but they died exactly how they lived. But first, let's talk about a fan favorite, and why they deserve their ending. He was already a bomb when he walked in. The games just lit the fuse. Thanos wasn't just loud, he was chaos on drugs. He joked through murder. He bullied half the dorm. Every mood swing came with a pill and a punch. And in his mind, it all made sense. And his reasoning?
Because of you and your goddamn crypto, I lost everything I ever earned wrapping my off.
He even took Myung-gi's food just to make a point.
If you want your precious rice so badly, let Thanos feed it to you personally. Ah!
They fought. Everyone understood. This rivalry was built from day one. But he didn't just lash out at enemies. He used teammates like props. And when we saw what he did to one of his own, we realized how far he could go. But he wasn't done. His final act was personal, ugly, and loud.
All my money, girl, life, talk Thanos property now!
And that's when the fork hit. Not poetic, not tragic, just raw. He died choking on his own ego, stabbed by the one person he couldn't humiliate into silence. But while Thanos made it to the end, the next player died in minutes because she listened to him. She wasn't evil, she wasn't cruel, she was just dumb. Mina entered the game complaining about her outfit.
The size is all wrong and I hate the colors you're using.
And when the game began, she brushed off the only warning that could have saved her.
If you move after red light, you're gonna be shot!
That guy's gotta be drunk or something.
When a bee landed on her neck, she panicked, screamed, twitched, then laughed it off.
I just moved, didn't I?
And 1 second later, she was dead. No betrayal, no twist, just a bad decision and one dumb smile. She didn't die because of the game. She died because she listened to Thanos and ignored everything else. But Mina wasn't the only one who died because of Thanos. The next one, he trusted him. Gyeongsu worshipped Thanos like a god.
Don't you know who this is? The rap god, Thanos. Don't even need a snap, kill half the universe with a rap.
He followed him, teamed with him, trusted him. But then Mingle happened. The team needed 4, they had 5. That's all he said before Thanos kicked him away. He was shot moments later, and Thanos barely remembered. He didn't die because he was evil. He died because he backed someone who was. While Gyeongsu and Mina died because of the worst man in Season 2, somehow there was someone even worse, with one of the most deserved deaths in all of Squid Game. Jang Deoksu didn't play the game to win. He played to dominate. A gangster before the games, and a tyrant inside them. He beat players to death during the riot, stabbed others for fun, built a gang, led with fear, and threw away anyone he didn't need. Even Minyo, the woman who smuggled him a lighter during Dalgona, the woman who warned him.
You betray me, I'll kill you, okay?
He laughed at her, then he betrayed her, until karma struck back on the glass bridge. Deoksu froze, refusing to jump, so she stepped in and didn't let go.
You betrayed me. Now you're going to die. You've got such a tiny...
And then she dragged him off the ledge. Murder-suicide. Crowd stunned. Game continues. They didn't die because the bridge gave out. They died because their alliance did. He ruled through fear. She weaponized her pain. Their deaths weren't just deserved, they were earned. They made Squid Game worse than hell for everybody. But while they fought dirty in the open, the next player played in the shadows and broke the system from the inside. He wasn't just a player, he was a surgeon, a smuggler, and a traitor. Byung-gi didn't play the game, he cheated it. Traded organs for answers, carved up corpses in the dark, all for a head start. But when the guards stopped feeding him clues, he snapped.
What game is up next?
We don't know yet.
There must be somebody up there you can go ask. Go tell them to find out this second!
He panicked, he killed, and he ran, until the front man found him. Not for the murder, but for the rule he broke, fairness. So they hung him up, for everyone to see. His death wasn't just punishment, his death was deserved, because in a game built on equality, he thought he could cut corners. But while Byung-gi cheated the game for an advantage, the next player played fair and still deserved his death. Player 17 was a glassmaker, and on the glass bridge, that made him a god. He could tell tempered from regular glass just by looking, but he didn't say a word until it was safe.
The players up here tried to kill us at every chance.
When it was finally his turn, he used his skill. Step by step, he made it further than anyone, but just before the final tiles, The frontman turned off the lights. He hesitated. Time was running out. And Sang-woo, he did what he had to.
Then just try one.
He played fair, but he played selfish. And in a game of seconds, that pause was all it took. His death was deserved, and not for cowardice, but for waiting too long to help anyone else. But while player 17 was selfish, there's someone who deserved their death even more, and even they knew it. He was the pride of Sangmun-dong, the genius from Seoul National University, and he died a liar, a killer, and a coward. Sang-woo didn't lose the game. He lost his soul. He cheated Ali, trading marbles for pebbles and walking away, then stabbed Se-byok in her sleep, and when Gi-hun tried to stop the game, invoking Clause 3 so both could walk away without the money, Sang-woo couldn't accept it. Gi-hun was ready to forgive him, but Sang-woo couldn't forgive himself. He stabbed himself, not to atone, but to win back just enough dignity.
Young, I'm sorry.
He asked Gi-hun to help his mother, but he never helped anyone else. His death was deserved because in the end, he did redeem himself, but it was too late. But while Sang-woo redeemed himself, the next player did something so unredeemable. Even death felt merciful. He was the oldest man in the game, the kindest voice, and the only one who knew everything from the start. Oh, Il-nam wasn't just a player, he was the creator. And for a while, it worked. He smiled during red light, green light. He led tug of war. He called Gi-hun his ganbu, and then let him win the marble game, even after knowing he was being lied to and cheated.
We are ganbu, aren't we? Ganbu always share everything with each other no matter what.
But it was all a game within a game, and when he died quietly, alone, no guards came, no gunshot followed, just the sound of a clock ticking and a heart monitor going still. His death was deserved, because in the end, he built the system that killed them all. And for a man who orchestrated thousands of deaths, dying in peace was far too kind. But if Il-nam built the nightmare, the next ones enforced it, one body at a time. They weren't players, but they played their own game anyway. Beneath the killing floors of Squid Game was something even darker, a black market organ ring run by the guards. They'd shoot players non-fatally, just to keep their parts intact. And in return, they gave one man a cheat code.
That's why we tell you what the games are beforehand, and get you that extra food.
But the deal broke the one rule that even death couldn't touch.
Everyone is equal while they play this game, but you broke that principle.
And for that, they were hung like meat in the very room where they stole it. Their death was deserved because they didn't just profit from the system, they corrupted it. But if the guards sold the bodies, the next one sold their souls. They didn't play the game. They watched it, drunk, masked, and bored. While others fought to survive, the VIPs wagered millions like it was a joke.
Put a lot of money on that to win.
They cheered when players died, mocked when they begged, and when one of them was threatened, he crumbled instantly.
Tell me everything you know about the game.
They hide behind money, power, and masks, but in the end they're just parasites feeding off pain. They haven't died yet, but their time will come, and when it does, no one will bet on them. Final judgment. You gamble with lives. Eventually you lose your own, but while the VIPs fed off death, the next player walked into hers willingly. I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but Ji-young deserved to die. Not because she was cruel, not because she was weak, but because deep down, she chose to disappear. She walked into the game already broken. No family, no home. She got the Squid Game card the same day she got out of prison, after killing her father for murdering her mother.
You got a reason to get out of this place, but I don't.
So she laughed, told Se-byok she'd take her to Jeju Island, then gently dropped her marble.
Thank you for playing with me.
It was beautiful. It was selfless, but it was still a surrender. She could have fought. She should have fought. But in the end, she didn't believe she deserved to live. And while she let herself die, the next player deserved their death more than anyone. But one thing saved them. Gi-hun should have died over and over again, but luck, it wouldn't let him. He freezes during red light, green light, exposed, seconds from death, but Sang-woo's logic saves him. Ali's hands catch him, and the doll just doesn't fire. He picks the umbrella in Dalgona, the hardest shape. No lighter, no tip, just panic, and a drop of sweat that melts the candy. And somehow, that's enough. Tug of war? He's on the weakest team. Il-nam's trick buys them time, but it's Sang-woo's sudden bluff that flips the game.
Let's try something! Take 3 steps up when I signal!
Gi-hun obeys. They win. On the glass bridge, he ends up with the last number. By accident, he lets someone else go first, and that man dies instantly. Gi-hun never outsmarted the game. He didn't overpower it. He just kept slipping through its cracks. Even in marbles, he cheats a confused old man down to his last marble. Il-nam knows, but gives it to him anyway, because he likes him. Every game should have been his last, but somehow, it never was. He didn't win because he was clever. He won because fate looked the other way. But what if fate didn't protect him? What if player 456 was never chosen at all? Watch What If Gi-hun never played Squid Game and see who survives instead.